Greetings, friends. Several years ago, a colleague of mine named Stephen Levine wrote a book called A Year to Live, where he allowed people to join him on a one-year experiment of reframing their attitude as if they had a terminal illness, to see how it might shape-shift their priorities and their lifestyles, to know or to feel that they only had 1 year to live. I love that experiment, and I've been thinking that it's time for us to adopt something similar, except this time we're going to use the contemplations from the Lam Rim and run an experiment of what it might be like if the ancient wisdom traditions of the world over had it right, that we don't just live one life, we live an infinite series of lives, that we've been circling in samsara since beginningless time, and we will endlessly circle in samsara like a ship at sea until we unlock the doors of liberation, and then only then discover that we are truly interconnected with all living beings in the planet, and we have some sense of universal responsibility, the tender heart of compassion, and the wise view of emptiness to help us serve living beings. This is the prospect, and this is the experiment I'd like to run with you. The Contemplative Studies program is ready to launch a new program. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be running 3 semester-long courses in a series called the Lam Rim Meditation series. I had to sit down with Geshe Tenzin Zopa, our spiritual mentor, who gave me a firm talking to and really helped me see that it's so important not to just venture off into new territories, but to go back to the basics again and again and again until we get them right. So we will, my friends, go back to the beginning of the Lam Rim. We will be studying a new text, very pithy, practice-oriented text called The Essential Nectar. I hope you like that as much as I do. And what we're going to do together in the course of 3 semesters is we'll have a chance to go very deep into the Lam Rim from a bottom-up perspective. That is, meditation first, practice-oriented. We will practice 14 different meditation techniques together, contemplations, if you will, over the series of 1 year. And we will have a deep and profound experience together. And more than that, the experiment is, how do we bring those topics and themes into our everyday life? Not just on the meditation cushion, not just a conceptual understanding, not just a reflective understanding, but a very deep, profound, intuitive sense of it. And then the practical integration of using those themes as a launch pad for our experiments in everyday life. I hope this intrigues you. This is the new direction that we're going to go. It is, in a way, just like Stephen Levine offered, an experiment with truth. What if the ancients had it right? What if we live an eternal rounds of rebirth in samsara since beginningless time and forevermore? What if the Lam Rim is the way to proceed on a gradual path towards liberation, not only of oneself, but for others? This is the experiment with truth that we're going to run together. And beyond what Geshe Tenzin Zopa has really allowed us to see here at the Contemplative Studies program in terms of the meaning and value of circling back on the same old terrain, but doing it in a different way, new and creative and fun, we also, Allison and I, discovered how profound the community aspect of the Contemplative Studies program really is. The things that have emerged in the course of your dialogue together, the strength and continuity of your collaboration and your support of each other, and of course the inspiring service project, all make us really realize how precious the intimacy and friendship that we have here. And so Allison has stepped forward to create the courtyard. Between the monastery shrine room and the real world is the courtyard for debate, just like in the monastery, an open space for communal dialogue, practice support, and the emergence of new creative ways to work together, including these little experiments with truth that we'll be running in conjunction with the course. And so we want to very much invite you to join us on the Contemplative Studies new initiative, the Lam Rim Meditation series, and the courtyard community space, so that we can together really embark on a much more new journey, but a much more deeper penetrative and integrated way of studying the Lam Rim. In addition, I want to invite you to the launch of this program, which happens next week with our kind and dearest Lama, Geshe Tenzin Zopa, will come and really bless us with a launch of the program and a talk that he's calling how to practice Lam Rim. So perfect, as usual, Geshe Tenzin Zopa, really steering us straight. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to reconnect with you. I hope if you've been on the 2-year journey with me, you see now the relevance of the new direction that we're heading, experience and practice first, much more community, much more experimental and creative. And if you're new, we hope that you'll jump right in with us for the Lam Rim Meditation series, a very in-depth look at the gradual path tradition with emphasis on practice and application. And I hope you'll join us in the courtyard for very firm debate and practice support and sense of community at a time where we really need it post-pandemic or through the pandemic. So all of this to say, I'm so delighted that we have finally come full circle with much more clarity. We are green light and ready to go, and I can't wait to see you. So until then, all best wishes.